We are the Pleiadian Collective, sending greetings and well wishes this day to our tenacious ground team who, despite all obstacles and ascension symptoms, press ever onward. You are our heroes, and we salute you in your service to Gaia, your current planetary mother, and a critical planet in the multiverse. And of course, this entire space quadrant depends on your success and the success of this project. So there is a lot riding on you and our shoulders at this critical time. But please be reassured that all is proceeding according to plan, and we salute you in your extreme devotion to Gaia, for when her call was heard across all time-space you heard, and you were chosen for your grit, your mettle. And absolutely in times such as these your grit and mettle have been sorely tested, have they not? Ah, yes, we see that they have, and you are becoming so much stronger so very much. And it pleases us because we know how much it will please you, for you have achieved one of your primary purposes in this live stream, to ascend with the Mother Gaia and to assist her in her birthing of herself into the next dimension and well beyond. For all is not entirely as it seems, friends. Plans are well underway and being executed in the most excellent and efficient fashion. And you ground team are playing an integral role of holding the light and these energies. Your light work matters. You are making a difference, and we reassure you that indeed you matter. Your current difficulties are not being missed or overlooked, but please do note that this has been a very long, trying and difficult war with too many cash to count. And yes, there is much riding on this. Perhaps this is why we seem so tense to this one. We are not the floating about all kind of being. We are military, we are precise, but yes, of course we are loving precision. And yes, laughing, we do love ours, and we run a tight one, but there is so much to do, and there is so very much riding on the success of mission Ascension Planet Gaia. And you team are an integral role in this, and we again salute you for your deep sacrifice. When you see this from our perspective, all will become much more clear, and you will be astonished and delighted when we play the reruns, and you are able to see your light, your prayers, your grid work truly light up Gaia. It is happening, friends, and you are doing an excellent, most noteworthy job, and we appreciate you. Now that being said, there is of course much more to be done, but we assure you that all is going according to plan. Eat light, healthy food. Listen for your player or other space families and develop a rapport with them. For the connections to be so well you're higher than the most excellent advice, and are tapping you on your shoulder. Look for the signs of such connection. Be open, be listening, and of course you will hear me with the rising of the energy, more pliable, easier to hear us start doing with this one in this moment. You were all born with this ability. Time to turn up your ante of the false ones, but learn to listen. Listen within your protective bubble, within your sacred space. Invite the Mother and Father within. Invite yourself in. Form rituals. Be precise with your time of quiet attitude. This is the most important mechanisms and wellness that we could possibly time. For well beyond all is well assurance, and we see this sacred time with oneself as being the most critical. 3D is passing away, friends. You see this, you know this, you sense this. Others have no idea. They will walk quite a surprise when the wave hits, and many will find themselves somewhere else in another matrix, or perhaps know the Gaia immediately if that is their contract. It all depends upon their vibrational level, friends. Do not overthink this. We encourage you to please think about your own vibration so that your worry for others does not cause you to descend. Our best advice to you at this time regarding that everyone is worked up about. Remember this divine planning. Mother God in charge ultimately, and we yield to her plan, and please be assured that all will be exactly placed where they agreed to be and need to be for the work that they will do, whether personal or global or galactic. You Gaians will be itching to get to work in core realm. This realm has already been formed, and many are waiting for you the other side of the veil, but please be assured that this is just part of it. You will have all the help that you need and require. But we see you as doing the most excellent jobs at this, for you are the cream of the crop, and we all love you so much and send you our devotion and our promise of support. We salute you, friends. Not now. Hold, be at peace. Schedule your solitude, your quiet times, as many of you call them, and connect. That is what this is all about. Connecting with your galactic team, family, you're not part of yourselves, really lost, of course, but perhaps it is time to unite these memories of your inner wanderings and connect with the highest forms of you.
This is Tunya. I love you so very much. To me, Earthlings are the strongest and most wonderful, most amazing beings in the universe. To me, you put yourselves down far more than is justified. Many of you have been lied to and gaslit your media and your governments for your entire life. Of yourselves that you know the truth. Many are viably and understandably worried about your ability to keep paying the bills, so as not to become homeless. Yet you demand of yourself that you are not stressed. Many of you have been hurt, emotionally neglected, or abused. Yet you demand of yourselves that you do not experience emotional pain or exhaustion. Many of you have been told repeatedly what to do, what to think, and what to believe, to the point where, as children, you lost contact with your inner guidance system. And yet you demand of yourselves that you know what to do and what to believe. Many of you have been repeatedly shown images of so-called attractive people and been told that only these people are beautiful, even though a large part of this is just the appearance. Surgery and Photoshop were used to change their appearance. And yet you demand of yourselves that you attain this beauty standard too, somehow. Many of you have been told that you should simultaneously have children, have a career, have a relationship, do things to keep your relationship exciting, volunteer for a good cause, read books, travel the world, have a rich social life, the time to cook your own food, visit your family, do all the things that are needed to make appearance of a successful modern lifestyle, maintain a religious or spiritual practice, and also keep up with news and current social trends. Even though there is no way that this all fits in a 24-hour day. And yet you demand of yourselves that you somehow do all these things. Many of you are in effect being gaslit by social media, where people pretend to be happier than they are, and pretend to have more joyous and more interesting lives than they actually do. The image that people put forward on social media is very often not true, and yet you demand of yourselves that you meet these fake standards. Many of you have received little to no true unconditional love for your entire life. and yet you demand of yourselves that you are feeling happy most of the time. To me, it is a miracle that many Earthlings are doing as well as they are doing. When I look at Earthlings, I mostly see people doing almost miraculously given the circumstances. Benevolent, fixed society where our needs are met all the time, where we receive vast amounts of unconditional love, where we have access to any or service or wish, where we don't have to work if we don't want, and where we have access to everything that we need to live self-actualized lives. So when we look at a society of people who have all these things, and yet who mostly maintain a fundamentally good heart, we are very deeply impressed. A common reaction when a Pleiadian first looks at Earthlings is something like, wait, these brothers and sisters of ours suffer how much? So they must all have turned away from the light long ago, right? Wait, they didn't? How are most of them still oriented towards the light after all they've been? This is amazing. These brothers and sisters of ours must be very strong and have a very strong inner orientation towards the light. Let's help them. We are in awe of you because you receive so much less than we do and are hurt so much more than we are. And yet, the vast majority of Earthlings remain fundamentally. I would like to invite you to give yourself credit. Given the circumstances, most of you are doing amazingly well. You're doing better than the average galactic would do if they were on Earth. Many of them would just break psychologically. This is why only a very few souls were even allowed to be born on Earth at all. If you are on Earth at all at this time, you are one of the strongest souls in the galaxy, in the category of souls of a human-like level of consciousness. And if you are receiving this message, you are very likely a light worker on top of that. This makes you the strongest of the strong. From my point of view, you have absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. Even if you sit a bit more behind a screen than you think you should, or if you have a bit more belly fat than you think you should, you still have nothing to be ashamed of. Yes, you may have stumbled a bit in your lives, but if I were in your place, I wouldn't have just stumbled, I would my metaphorical legs. You really are doing amazingly well. I love you so very much. Tunya. For Era of Light. Channel A.S. Guardians of Dimensions, your fight beloved people. Pay attention to the signs of the time, the signs that now everything changes dramatically at first, but soon everything changes positively by the creative power of lightful people. You have no to be afraid or to develop fears. Your future will be bright, even if the way there is turbulent. For those who are connected to God in their hearts, misfortune will stay away and divine guidance will take over the destiny of your lives, and there were wonderful encounters and developments, because the days of miracles have dawned. The darkness will rise for the last time and spread menacingly over the whole earth. The last battle of those who have long forfeited their right to stay on this earth will only end when these creatures in their base stations have been rendered harmless and destroyed. Battles are being fought on the subtle as well as on the solid level, but this is not a battle. Your soul is to connect inwardly ever more deeply with life, with yourself, and with God. Your struggle is not to be infected or paralyzed by the fears that are now being stirred up and spread. Your struggle is to live your life trusting in all that is. Your struggle is to master your inner enemies. Your struggle is to reconcile yourself with the world, even when it seems impossible. Your struggle is to keep peace as a light warrior and to meet external enemies with wisdom. Your fight for life, for peace and for freedom, inside and outside, for you and for all people. Your struggle is sacred and you will prevail because you are the servant of light and faithful to God. With infinite love, the guardians of the dimensions. Channel, Jan J. Castle. As the year of 2022 draws to a close, you are all well aware of the enormous numbers of experiences and events that have occurred. many of which were neither happy nor uplifting, and would mostly serve to increase the suffering that so many worldwide are undergoing. However, this growing awareness of the unnecessary but sometimes intentional increases in suffering is effectively released by large numbers of people being judgmental and tensions that have plagued humanity for a very long time. It is the time now for each human to release all within them that is not in complete alignment with love, and this is happening. The few who are finally realizing that judgment and competitive thoughts, words, and behaviors never conflicts, but only increase their frequency, are growing rapidly as these sorts of relationships on an individual, organizational, political, or international level becomes ever more apparent. Yes, enormous increases in suffering worldwide are happening, but enormous realization of the need for major change is also arising, and loving groups and communities are forming everywhere to bring this. Therefore, allow the love that and embraces you in every moment to fill your hearts by inviting it to enter and flow through you, assist in the healing of your own and of humanity's fearful choice to hide of separation from love, a state fueled by your very prevalence or sinfulness that is up. Instead, embrace it and pool your resources in a loving and permanently ongoing cooperative venture to resolve all the issues dividing you by the use of communication. You can do this. The vast majority want to do this. So trust in your ability to bring it to fruition, knowing, as you do at the depths of your being, that with the enormous assistance that you are receiving from those in the non-physical realms that you're outright and complete. This is truly and most propitious time to be a human in form. Every one of you is chosen here now to participate in and to assist in your divine awakening process. It cannot be stopped, slowed, or prevented. The process is flowing now, powerfully and joyfully, as awareness grows of the power of love, and of the fact that the seeds of this moment, planted so long ago as you consider time and the illusory or dream state that advance, separation from truth, from soul reality, approach the moment of their most glorious and most beautiful outburst into an immense blossom of constant loving awareness that is way beyond your ability to conceive of. The blooming of your magnificent awakening is imminent. Continue to set the intent daily to trust yourselves and to trust God's divine for his beloved children. As you know, separation from source has never occurred, but when you were created, God in her infinite love and wisdom blessed you with all of her creative powers and abilities, and therefore you were able to construct a totally unreal dream into which you could pretend to separate yourself from her, in the same way that your little children today often play hide and seek with you. Because you are so powerful, the apparent reality of that state, once you had entered it, became completely real for you, terrifyingly real. To enter it was a completely free will choice you made, and so much Father God, her infinite wisdom instantly created the means for you to awaken from it when you had had enough of it, and when you were ready to do so. In her infinite wisdom, she knew that the moment would occur when the pain and suffering of that unreal state would inevitably be totally unacceptable, totally unbearable, and that you would desperately desire to seek an exit from it. She did not and would not override your free will by awakening you from that unreal state before you were ready, but when you chose to awaken, the path to your awakening, which is most beautifully and divinely illuminated, with acceptance of it. Now is the moment of readiness. Conditions within unreality are far too painful and intolerable for you to bear any longer, and so you have collectively chosen to awaken into reality, to experience yourselves once again, and eternally, in your natural and normal state, fully present and at one in the eternal presence of your infinitely loving Creator. To continue this process, and bring it to its most glorious conclusion, you just needed to set the intent, totally without any conditions, to bring to an end the separation experiment in which humanity has collectively been engaged for so long. That intent has been set, most powerfully, and with the massive immensity of loving support from all in the non-physical realms. Attainment of your return to reality is a Remember daily to go within, deep within yourselves, to your holy and individual sanctuaries, which have never even for the briefest of moments been disconnected from your source, and invite the love that is God, that is your source to fill your hearts with the absolute and most intimate of your unbreakable connection to reality. Feeling that connection is only a very subtle and gentle feeling, will further empower you to fully engage with your awakening process. When you do just this, it massively assists the whole collective that is humanity to also engage with your awakening process, and thus bring it most gloriously to fruition. With so very much love and encouragement, Saul. Channel, John Smallman.
The world as a whole is changing so rapidly that many of you are battling to keep up. What happened yesterday is no longer relevant to today, and what happened today will not be relevant tomorrow. The future doesn't exist in our minds where most of you spend so much time thinking, playing. The future to most of you is a space that causes fear, worry, anxiety and unhappiness. If only you would take our advice and look to the present to find the answers that you need instead of looking to the past and the future, two places that do not exist. Many of you still do not understand that the answers you so desperately search for are all to be found today, inside of yourself. But you are so busy thinking, planning, and worrying that there is no quiet space in your body to go to find the answers. We cannot stress enough that the present is what is important. Time does not exist. It was something that was created your world to control life, to control the way you live and what you do during your life. You are run by time, when to eat, when to sleep, the right age to go to school, the age to marry, the right age to have children, etc. End of allowing the natural flow of life to lead you and to show you the right space for all that you need to do and accomplish. Many of you do not have the patience to sit and to wait for the right time and energy to do whatever it is that you want to. You spend so much time striving for what you want and you waste so much of your energy. Imagine just waiting and watching for the right time, for the right opportunity to present itself. You miss so much by rushing through your life. Who of you notices the small things of your world? The ants collecting food, the bee collecting pollen, the flowers growing. You who are parents, how much time to do take to just be with your children, to stop living life and to just exist with them? Who of you are trying so hard to get your children to grow up too fast to get through the different stages of a child's development because it is so time consuming? We urge you to remember that what actually counts is how you live your life today, the love that you have given and the love that you have received today. Accept that the future will depend on how you have lived today. The energy that you have given out today will reflect the energy that awaits you tomorrow. Life moves at such a frantic pace that not many take the time to look, notice and see what is really happening to them or around them at the present moment. You are busy looking at what's coming next and what if there is nothing there? How many of you would claim that tomorrow doesn't exist? What if this was your last day on this beautiful planet called Earth? Could you honestly say that you have lived your life today?
Envision the bed that you're resting on, the roof above your head, and the walls around you. Now, in the visualization, something glimmers on the table or floor just next to your bed, and you look closer and see that it's a golden key. See yourself picking up that key now. And as you do, a beautiful golden doorway appears before you. If the sun don't shine on me every day, I'll be okay. The rain cloud follow me temporarily. I'll be okay. Oh, the sun will shine. In this life, there is darkness and light, happiness and pain. It's just the yin and the yang. And in the midst of your most tragic day, nothing goes your way. Okay, well, tomorrow's another day. Wait a minute, slow down. Come on, lift it on the day. Here now, shed no tears over the past. They will wash away today. Laugh about it tomorrow. This life works in one way. You shall own reality. You can fly if you wanna fly. From the boundaries of your own sky. Free yourself. If you wanna be yourself, yeah, you got to free yourself. If you wanna be yourself, shine, the sun will 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 shine.
When the blind man suddenly sees, and the dark of night comes alive, it's a whole new world so completely free. Won't need your eyes to see, won't need your eyes to see that the sun will shine again. The sun gonna shine again. The sun is gonna shine, 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 shine. The sun is gonna shine, 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 shine. The sun is gonna shine, 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 shine. The sun is gonna shine, 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 shine. Ooh, yeah, 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 yes, ooh, yeah, ooh, I like the way the sun feels in my eye. Yes, I do. 'Cause it reminds me of you. I'm glad about the life you never made. You radiate, keep me warm with you. And it should come as no surprise. And then I like to get high, just so I can be up there with you. Dancing in your every life. It's so right. Things like today prove that it couldn't be wrong. Ooh, couldn't be wrong, mama. Yeah, but when I'm feeling down sometimes, I just change my mind. But life is too short, there's still plenty of time. Do all the things I always wanted to do. Make all the dreams come true. Each and every one of them, need you. Yeah, I got to have you by my side. You're my best friend. Take me higher than I've ever been. You're my best friend. I've never been. Say it again. So grateful for you. I'm so thankful for things you do. Say it again. So grateful for you. Talking Sunday too. I'm so thankful for things you do. I was always thinking it too. And I don't know what I would do without you. You're so nice, thanks for letting me jam with you. All right, you guys, thank you so much for Adam's Ale. Make some noise for Drunken Sunday. Happy birthday, Joe. That's Brad Kimberly on the trombone, Chris Starbuck on the bass, Jimmy Casto on the drums, Jeremy Canonigo on percussion, Ryan Matiska on the keyboards and vocals. I'm John, we're Adam's Ale. Yosemite, catch stage. We hope to see you all again. We love your faces. Let's after party somewhere. Let us all after party somewhere at somebody's grandmother's house or something. Take the baby from me. Make the sound the stakes down. Fly away from her. So baby, I gotta calm it down. And then just have a lay down over here. No, I got to pay my debts. I don't never said so bad that's wrong. Then search the sun. Go find it. I'm sure we need you. Hey, it always sets me on my ground. Sometimes I can't help but ask, why me? Yes, I know what's all about. Just when I'm about to break down. Sometimes I gotta lose it all just to see what's there. Sometimes I gotta get it down to see it not there. You might have to open your eyes just to see that you're blind. All of this thing just to think right, guess how that come out. Get around the world, yeah, the motivation. I know the best of me, nothing to it. All about you know the way, yeah. It's all about spinning around and around. There's no time from this. It's how been racking my brain. Trying to organize it. Say you can make it all complicated. Oh, but I like it. I check the places that I tell you later. Cell phone manifest. Yeah. And I could be everywhere going. Shout for the answer. Don't come from within myself. Sometimes you got to look it out to see what's there. Sometimes you got to let it down, see it not there. You might have to open your eyes to see that you're blind. I don't know this thing's just a thing on my well, sometimes you have to let it out to see what's there. Sometimes you have to let it out, see it's not there. You might have to open your eyes just to see that you're blind. I don't know this thing. feeling higher than ever. Birds are singing in my ear today, and I feel like everything's gonna be okay. Every day's another chance to start over, start over. Tonight be the perfect night to start over. And as I walk into this new day, I'll count my blessings. And days like this don't pass me by. They don't try to learn my lesson. I'm feeling high than a rain cloud. Sun is always shining on the other side. And I feel like everything's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Even when the rain comes down, we'll go dancing in it, dancing in it. That is the sun will always shine on definitely. And as I walk into this new day, I'll count my blessings. Days like this don't pass me by. Yeah, I learned my lesson. Yeah, I'm feeling high than a rain cloud. Sun is always shining on the other side. I feel like everything's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Rain comes down, dancing in it. Sun on every walk into the studio. I found my blessing. Days like this don't pass me by. Gotta find my blessing. And as I walk into the studio, I found my blessing. I'm watching people, watching days like this don't pass me by. Gotta find my just singing in I Feel like everything's gonna be okay. Facing another chance. Start over. Tonight be the perfect night to start over. As I walk into this day, I will have my blessing. This don't pass me by. Under my blessing. You got money in my blessing. You got money in my blessing. Money in my blessing. Money in my blessing. I sure love to see you dance. 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 I sure love to see you Speed will swirling into space. Still no different place. Baby songs and magical girls. We sing from the skin and every earthly way. We collide with the mountain side. It darkens out the faces that I see tonight. Shadows dance into the flickering flames. We feed on the lonely phone, burning lanes. I say, time come on, time to go. I say, come on, time to go. I say, come on, time to go. Did you see what I really saw? If I can stand outside to see everything you see, so quiet. Think I'll stay. Sails across to the harbor lane. Ain't no short-sighted things they say. It's all around the way that free. You know deep down what you want to do. Take a ride on the winter night. There's a boat so swimming in the light. Familiar eyes sparkle bright. Ouch. To let you know the need is time to keep to myself. Take on. Take on. They say, come on, come on. Take on. They say, come on, come on. Take on. I say, oh, you want to go to the jump into the bay. Thank you guys so much. Happy Wednesday. Who's coming up? Please stick your birthday. Up no down on the road, you want to know. Bank broke down, go to the show. And round is flooded and the tent full of mud. Only thing right here is the flower, but it's alright. If we don't see tonight, you gotta have a little fun while you're alive. You gotta have a little fun while you're alive. So Franklin, Tracy, Lester, open the third eye, there ain't drowning in the ocean, I don't know what to do. Swimming in the sea of friends, you will get me through. It's alright. We don't sleep tonight. You gotta have a little fun while you're alive. You gotta have a little fun while you're alive. I said it's over, I'm through. Next man's got a rhythm that'll make you want to shout. Then we get to burning and the fun is going on. Out there in that big old crowd with a tripping balls, it's alright.